I've always been drawn to the supernatural and the unexplained, so when I inherited my late grandmother's old mansion, I couldn't wait to explore its depths and uncover its secrets. The house loomed before me, its tall spires and turrets reaching towards the moon like skeletal fingers. As I stepped inside, a chill ran down my spine. The air was thick with dust, and cobwebs clung to the chandeliers. I began to explore, my footsteps echoing down the long, dark hallway. Every step creaked, as if the house itself was warning me to turn back. I saw a figure out of the corner of my eye, but whenever I turned, there was no one there. I told myself it was just my imagination, but the feeling of being watched only grew stronger. I started to wonder if I was truly alone in the house. That's when I started to hear the whispers. Faint at first, but growing louder with each passing moment. The words were indistinct, but the malevolent intent was clear. I felt eyes upon me, boring into my skin, and I knew I had to get out of there. I tried to flee, but my feet seemed rooted to the spot. The whispers grew louder, more urgent, and I felt myself being drawn down into the basement. The air grew colder, the darkness more oppressive, and I knew I was being pulled towards some ancient, malignant force. As I reached the bottom of the stairs, I saw an old mirror hanging on the wall. It was an antique, with intricate carvings and a glassy sheen. But as I approached, I saw my own reflection distort and twist, like a funhouse mirror reflecting a screaming soul. I stumbled back upstairs, desperate to escape the whispers and the mirror's twisted gaze. I locked myself in the bedroom, but the whispers followed, seeping through the walls like a chill. I knew then that I was trapped, and the house was determined to claim me. In a last-ditch attempt to uncover the source of the whispers, I crept up into the attic. The air was thick with dust, and old trunks and boxes loomed like sentinels. But as I searched, I realized that the whispers were coming from all around me, echoing off the walls, and I knew I was surrounded. And then I saw it, a figure, tall and imposing, with eyes that glowed like embers. It was the source of the whispers, the heart of the house's darkness. I tried to scream, but my voice was frozen in my throat. The last thing I heard was the whisper, loud and clear in my ear. "You should have listened," and then everything went black. They found me the next morning, catatonic and alone in the house. But I know the truth. The house is still whispering, and one day it will claim another victim. The whispers never stop, and neither does the horror.